us as at least something which can easily guide us. But when you try to follow pages, the pages do not tally. So then it becomes very difficult because whatever the Honorable Wambora is saying is very important for this committee. So we are not able to follow completely, Chair.
Madam Chair, the
document I gave is paginated. Honorable Wambora, I also have that document in front of me. Please guide the members so that we can systematically follow what you are presenting so that we can understand and also digest as you do your...
For instance, my counsel was referring to what I was reading was page 13.
Number 5. Number 5 of it. Can show you.
I have here. Sure.
It's not the affidavit, it is the evidence. I can read paragraph 5, which he has read.
He has referred to a document there, but he has not shown us where that document is so that we can relate the two. He is now with the letters from the PS. Those letters, we need to be referred to them where they are so that we can actually decipher them as relevant to what he's saying. Take us over there. There is nothing difficult with that, sir, and I think it's a polite request.
Honorable Wambora, please give members time to express their concerns and respond because it is important for us to be together. And as you do your submission, it is good for us to understand what you are referring to because that will help us as we come up with the report at a later date.
Chair, if it is in Honorable Wambora's favor that he doesn't want us to understand, then I don't think we can force him to.
Honorable Wambora, we will still give you time.
I've answered your question.
I said I'm getting the exact documents, which some I have. Yeah, that point is understood.
And also know that the time is also moving. You requested for 45.
Yes, Madam Chair.
And please, as you do your submission, refer to a document that we can also see for ourselves and confirm.
Most guided, Madam Chair. And in the same breath, could you please also add us time now that there was some point of orders?
The way it happened, Madam Chair, from 262, 263, 265, 267, 268, and particularly I'll be referring to the 268. At some point, after the PS suspended the distribution of this fertilizer, the minister gave a press conference to okay it.
So, Honorable Wambora, as you do your submission, please refer to that specific document that you want members to refer to.
Madam Speaker, Madam Chair, you know why it was key for us to have to refer to. Just give him an example as to why it's very important to also assist him. Like on page 262, he says these are letters from the PS. Is this complete? Because like this one is, there is no indication that it's from the PS. And that's why it's important for us to follow this with you. Look at your page 262.
Madam, I refer you to 263. A letter written by Dr. Kiprono.
No, I'm looking at page 262.
I'm on 263.
Honorable Wambora, let us guide the honorable member so that he can work with you. Because he's referring to 262, which does not have any signature, and please make us understand whether that is from
The PS.
The PS. I allow the Vice Chair.
Chair, I'm getting concerned because the witness and his legal counsel are supposed to be going through their presentation. And then we, as a committee, are picking letters and starting to ask what about signatures and all that. Unless he makes reference in his communication to a specific letter, we cannot start looking at the letters and start making comment on them. My proposal is that, as he was guided by the Honorable Murugara, let him give his presentation, and if there is reference to any document, they point us to that document, we look at it. But let's not go to, because he also went sweepingly and said there are so many letters. Unless you tie them to these deliberations, it also becomes mixed up for all of us. So I think the Honorable Murugara had given the best direction.
Yes, but Honorable Vice Chair, he said we start from page 262. He has said it himself, and that's where we are. And we are starting with the 262.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Honorable.
I've just realized that there's some page missing after 262 that firms up the person signing the letter, and I've moved to 263. Yeah. But, Madam Chair, kindly protect me, because I've specific time to prosecute this, and if we go like this, honestly, I will not finish.
Honorable Member,
the point I'm trying to point out, Madam Chair, is that we need the PS here. And that is why I'm explaining to this committee that PS wrote very important letters that we will be using, okay, for the purposes of demonstrating that the minister should have been aware.
Honorable Wamboka, what the members want to understand is the letter that you are referring to, that you have said is from the PS, because what we have on page 262 does not reflect.
I've responded to that, Madam Chair. There is a page that is missing where the PS signed. That I've explained.
Okay. Then the members will decide on that.
Okay.
Let's proceed.
In his opinion, is it expunged? In his opinion.
Madam Chair, maybe to answer that.
What should be important is what I'm referring to.
Madam Chair.
Madam
Chair, it is absolutely important that the sponsor of the bill be allowed to prosecute his matter with as much silence as we can. Yes. If he is messing his own case. If he's making his case better, he's making his own case. Allow him with his lawyers to do the best thing that he knew how. Yes. Otherwise, we are confusing him. Some of us are lawyers, and we are confusing him with legal jargons. And some of us are thinking the court way. Let this witness do what he came here to do in the way he understands it best.
Fine, but please make sure that you guide the members so that any document that you are referring to is well known to every member so that they can follow and understand.
Can I proceed? Madam Speaker, Madam Chair, on 267.
Mr. Wambora, just a minute before you go to that page. Now that it seems that the committee is not understanding our flow of the case, let me guide you through the affidavit and all that. Yeah? We'll come to those documents and we'll address them at the proper time. I do confirm that. Now, let me take you to page 14. Paragraph 8 of page 14. Could you just shortly highlight what the paragraph speaks on?
That the Honorable Mithika, Madam Chair, are we there? The Honorable Sister, are you there? Malulu, are you there? That the Honorable Linturi, the Cabinet Secretary responsible for the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, through a written submission, as a response.
Honorable Wamboka, I request that you address the members through the chair.
Well guided. that the Honorable Mithika Linturi, the Cabinet Secretary responsible for the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, through a written submission as a response to the fertilizer subsidy program to the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock Development, submitted that the National Cereals and Produce Board, NCPB, signed an agency agreement with 51 Capital Africa Diatomite Industries on 31st March 2022 for supply and distribution of GPC diatomaceous for its commercial function, and that the product was not sold as a chemical fertilizer but as a sold conditioner. Attached in is a copy of written submission from the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development response on the fertilizer subsidy program by Honorable Mithika Linturi, Cabinet Secretary, on March 2024 to the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock. That document is found on page 77. Are you there, Madam Chair? Yeah.
So you do confirm that the minister, through that submission, was responsible for the supply of this fertilizer through NCPB?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was, because he's taking responsibility. He's telling us that it was not fertilizer, that it was soil conditioner. Yes, he is. Because why? How can you defend what you don't know? How can you defend that which you're not part of? How did you know in the first place that it was not fertilizer but a soil conditioner? And to disapprove this fact, then the minister should give us.
Mr. Wambora, we'll get to that point at a better time, yeah? You have confirmed to the House that the minister was responsible for this bad fertilizer. But was it proved that this fertilizer is not good? Maybe I can refer you to paragraph 7 of page 14. Page 14, paragraph 7.
Yes, that on 13th March 2024, the Managing Director of the Kenya Bureau of Standards presented a written submission to the Departmental Committee of Agriculture, Livestock, in regard to the fertilizer subsidy program, and submitted that on 25th January 2024, KEBS signed a contract for SBL, Innovate Manufacturers Limited, SBL, to manufacture and distribute an organic fertilizer in the brand of BLGPC Original. Later, KEBS discovered that, contrary to its contract with SBL, was selling a product that was marked as, but was not the brand of BLGPC Original Fertilizer. And attached is the copy of that submission on page 129. That indeed, a government agency in charge of standards came and confirmed to a committee of the National Assembly that indeed that was not fertilizer which was supposed to be supplied. That there was fake fertilizer. Honorable Chair, what else are we waiting for? To understand that there's fake fertilizer and somebody is responsible for the fake fertilizer. And that person is the Honorable Mithika Linturi.
Now, Mr. Wambora, having highlighted that you found out that the fertilizer was substandard and the person responsible was the CS of Agriculture, Mr. Linturi, did you bother to find out if he tried to remedy or try to save the situation or something like that? And with this, I want to refer you to... Just answer that first.
Yes. And I want to refer this committee to a letter by the PS, Permanent Secretary, stopping the distribution of bad fertilizer. Where are we? Yes.
You want to refer the committee to page 268?
At 268, a letter written by P.S. Kiprono Rono, Daktari. Suspend distribution of NPK 102610 fertilizer manufactured by Ken Chemicals Limited. The above matter refers. Following a spot visit by ministry staff led by the Principal Secretary to the counties and National Cereal and Produce Board store, it was established that the above fertilizer being distributed under subsidy program may not be meeting the required standard as indicated earlier. Your institution is requested to suspend the distribution of this fertilizer with immediate effect from being issued to farmers. Additionally, you are required to carry out the investigation to ascertain the specification of this fertilizer before being reintroduced. Yes, the PS acknowledges that indeed the fertilizer being supplied is fake and does not meet the standards as we've earlier been told by KEBS. But as we will indicate on a video later, the minister is still saying there is no fake fertilizer on the market. The PS has written that stop it. But the Honorable Minister says no, there's no fake fertilizer. What else? What other responsibility are we looking for? And in this letter, same letter, the PS copied this letter to the Minister, to the Cabinet Secretary. Madam Chair, he copied this letter to the Cabinet Secretary. So, at the time the Cabinet Secretary was talking to Kenyans that indeed there is no bad fertilizer, he knew that there was bad fertilizer. So what is the definition of that character in basic English terms? That is lying to Kenyans.
Mr. Wambora, at this point, Mr. Wambora, at this point I would want us to engage the committee and also play the videos indicating these statements by the CS.
Honorable Chair, we have certain difficulties. We were not served with those videos. We do not know what is in them. So I don't know then how we are supposed to prepare and respond to them. They should have been served when we were exchanging documents. We left our videos with the Secretariat as we were directed. We have not seen their videos.
Honorable Chair, when I was submitting my motion, I indicated on the letter that I have attached videos. And indeed I attached them. I attached the videos. So, yes.
Your Honor, I need to help the witness. I think the videos, there's a link to the video that was attached. It is found at page 269 of the bundle, where we even attach a certificate of electronic evidence as per section 106B of the Evidence Act, together with a flash disk. And in any event, honorable members of the committee, this is just a video that is out there. It can be played for everyone to hear, for everyone to see the contradiction. And I've just heard your ruling saying that you are amenable to getting any form of evidence.
We learn from the past and to be able to now we give you the other than this proof by the name of who had accused us from law. Right? It was wrong. I never responded to him because he's a character that does not just look at things in the right perspective.
Thank you, Judges. I am really
constrained because we were not served with this document and you have not even ruled. So I don't know whether it is proper for them to play before you give your directions. Yet you are not served with these videos. We are seeing them for the first time here. It is very prejudicial to the CS for us to see these videos on the floor. It is really prejudicial. They should have extracted them and served as we did. And indeed, the invitation letter from the clerk said that we exchange documents even in soft copy. They have not done so.
That is true.
Madam,
let me. Can I, Mheshimiwa
okay.
Wamboka, kindly confirm when you released the videos to them, if you have, and even to our office, because I understand the videos just came this morning, and we have also not interacted with the video, but just confirm if you have duly served the videos.
Madam Chair, the videos were introduced on this motion the first day. The motion came for notice, and I gave notice of motion to the Speaker. Every document that I gave notice about has been moving with this motion. That is the first point. Has been moving with this motion. And on the letter, it was indicated that I will be using video evidences which are attached. Now, if indeed the legal counsel read that and that he did not raise it, there are even certificates that the counsel is talking about in the document. I mean, how do we take responsibility for his work? 3, Madam Speaker, you did rule, assuming that was not done, you did rule earlier on in the morning that any evidence, any witness can be introduced. That was your ruling. That was your ruling, Madam Chair. In the morning here, you ruled that if you have any witnesses, you can bring. If you have any evidence, you can bring. It was your ruling in the morning. So I find this a bit mischievous. On the side of the council, they are trying to waste my time. And I'm afraid you must protect me.
We confirm we will protect you and take care of your time. But again, the thing is they have not received the videos. But we have just confirmed that, yes, you have mentioned in your motion, but you did not serve. So with that, I think the members, we can rule
Chair.
that we do, yes?
Chair, like I pointed out, these documents were served yesterday. There is page 269, which has a certificate of electronic evidence that alludes to those videos. And there are even links to that, not unless my learned friends are telling me they are not tech savvy to go to the links. And even a flash disk was served.
Honorable Moses?
Chair, when I look at this certificate.
Honorable Chair, may I crave your indulgence? I don't think, Chair, our counterparts appreciate the issue we are raising. How it works is not that you write in your motion, there is some video somewhere on YouTube on some link which we don't know who owns, whether it exists or not, whether it has been pulled down or not. How it works is that a video is an item of documentary evidence. And if you're seeking to rely on it, what you do is you serve the recording, usually in a flash disk or whatever other electronic media. Then you prepare the certificate that is alluding to. And then once you serve the video and the certificate, it is by serving the video that you can be able to claim that the other party has received that video. We must take it to be admitted, therefore, that this evidence, which now they want to play, was not served. It's a very simple question. He tells you, he served, he didn't serve. Let him show you evidence that he served. And if he didn't serve, we don't have it. The videos we are relying upon, we gave a flash disk for onward transmission to them by the Secretary of those videos. Why didn't they do that? That's the proper thing to do.
Madam Chair.
May I request Vice Chair to say something, and then I'll allow you to.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I've had the council, but help us understand this. Yesterday, these documents were shared between the two parties, and we officiated over that ceremony. Now, in the document from the Honourable Member, page 269, is a reference to the certificate of electronic evidence. So there is a certificate, and there are links to 3 videos. And in my understanding, and that's what I want you to tell us, isn't that already sufficient service to you that you will refer to these 3, which are already out there? This is not necessarily a physical document or a physical tape. Does it have to be physical if you can access it online? Just want to understand the legal bit on that.
That's what we are saying precisely, Chair. That is what they did is not how you serve electronic evidence. You download the recording from...
Madam Chair.
I was responding, Honorable Chair. So I'm saying how you serve electronic evidence, because a video is something virtual. It's not physical like this paper. So how you serve it is you get the actual recording on a memory disk of whatever technology. Then you serve that memory disk that contains the recording. The next thing you do is you produce a certificate that says who is the recorder of the recording you want to rely on, where has it been sourced from in the event, like now where you're being told it's somewhere on the World Wide Web, which web is that, who is the owner of it, which device was being used to download it from the web, was that device laboring at any technical defect that would distort the accuracy of the recording. So to answer the question, the short and straight of it is that you don't tell your adversary, if you go to a website owned by so-and-so, which is www.this, there is some video there, that is not how it works, not here, not anywhere in the world.
Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable TJ.
Now, I think we had some constitutional guidance from Dr. Kamenwa that we are working around a constitution which says that we should not belabor technical issues of procedure beyond substance. But I would just want to hear from the counsel for the CS. What prejudice does the playing of the video causes to your client? Because if you can establish a proper legal prejudice, then that can be another matter. But just the question of procedure, we have made a ruling that we can receive the electronic evidence, and we have it here, and there is a certificate of it. So I think what you should be telling us is what legal prejudice it is causing to your client in the defense of what you're doing. Thank you.
The prejudice, Honorable Chair, is that this video is being led in evidence to invite you based on its content to conclude that my client is a liar. He gave 2 or 3 conflicting statements. So his evidence is in a video that was not served. So if that is an allegation, the claim against my client, that he issued 3 conflicting statements, therefore he's a liar, I surely that cannot be done through what I said in the morning, like a magician pulling rabbits from his jacket. He has to have served that evidence so that we get a chance to interrogate the video, we get a chance to take instructions on whether that video is an accurate depiction of the utterances attributed to the CS and what is the context in which it was made. As I stand here, I'm now about to see a video that I've had absolutely no chance to ask the man I'm defending, is this video an accurate recording? Where was this? What was the context in which this was being said? You are being accused of issuing 3 conflicting statements. Surely there is prejudice, because the purpose for which it is being led is to persuade you that my client is a liar.
Thank you, thank you. And now,
Your Honor, if I may.
if I could follow, Chair, if I just could follow. I hear the point of the prejudice caused to your clients. Since the sponsor of the motion is still on his feet, and you will have a chance to respond, why don't you clearly make up your mind, take instructions? If you wish to have a video against this video, bring that video, because you have a chance and the trial is still going on, so that we do not derail this process. And when you come with that video against this other video, we'll equally allow you to play your video. Thank you.
Thank you,
Fair way to
Honorable.
proceed, Honorable Chair. The fair way.
May I allow?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With regards to that, there is a certificate filed to this honorable committee, and in the same, I believe that my senior on the other side will not suffer prejudice. He's actually alluded that the video is lies. I'm assuming if you're not served, how did you know that the videos are lies? Because you're actually confirming to the committee that you've not come across the video before.
On a point of order, Chair. On a point of order. You know, the Honorable TJ Kajua has raised that matter. Council has conceded and he has agreed that we proceed. I don't know what she's attempting to prosecute. You know, I must remind you of Standing Order 98. The chair must maintain order. That is a disorderly conduct.
Noted.
Stand guided.
Honorable Wamboka, we will proceed, but I suggest that any evidence that you have not given, please serve, so that we will not experience the same challenges that we are experiencing. And if maybe we need to refer to this particular one later, then they will have the opportunity to go through that as we continue and even have lunch break. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would also remind the committee that our time is still running as all these are going on. We'll still request for more time. And on that, we would pray that the video be played so that the committee is able to see what's happening.
We will not have any complication or any mass of and I want to have the government to completely ignore those kind of bad stories, because they are president of America, people have you will find that the farmers have the fertilizer that you have given them. The meeting that you just had here is a meeting that we are coming together, the national government and the county governments, in trying to come with a framework and strategy of mobilizing farmers to go to the farms, especially in this rainy season, to be able to plant sunflower. You are aware and everybody knows that Kenya imports more than 500 billion worth of food items over the years. And as a country, and within the better plan, our key priorities is to be able to reduce the level of imports, to be able to increase exports, to be able to grow the economy and establish our Kenyan shilling. And because edible health is one of the food items that runs a budget of beyond 150 billion. We said no, we will not allow this to happen, because Kenya can grow enough oil crops that can be able to give us the required oil that we import from outside the country. So towards addressing that gap, that's why it's necessary for us here understanding the nature of the structure of our constitution and the
Distracting members.
level of involvement of the counties, Kenya being involved, we realized you must work together to mobilize our farmers to really start growing sunflower. Sunflower is one of the sources of the oils, olive oils that we want to do. Another one you know is canola, coconut, and the greatest producer of the oil we require is the palm oil. But palm oil takes a longer time. So in terms of trying to address this problem within the very short term, that's why we are starting with sunflower. So we are distributing over 500 metric tons of sunflower in the country through our county systems to really get this seed to our farmers. So we have agreed, we have put in a framework. We have from next week Thursday, sunflower will be with the farmers. Actually, for now, we are testing this program in 34 counties in the country. Because those 34 counties have that great potential of growing, producing enough that can at least be able to reduce our import on edible oil. So generally, that is what we are doing here. But we are only saying that we really need to take advantage of the goodwill that the farmers have right now because of the support that government is really giving. The sunflower seed is free, it's not being sold. It's part of what the government is supporting farmers with in terms of inputs. Just like the government has continually subsidized on fertilizer. So the next phase is that because this is also has been a very rare thing to find, we are in the stage of trying to multiply this seed as well, so that in those other next season we have enough seed for our country. So thereafter we are done with this, we also be getting to the next phase of trying to ensure that our farmers are also mobilized to grow for the long-term need of addressing or ensuring that there is a sustained program to make sure that the import of edible oil is completely reduced to a level that we would want to see Kenya being able to sustain itself in terms of the oil that we require. And that is the next phase we are going to ensure that we support our farmers by planting palm oil. Palm oil, I think we have 1 million acres in the country that palm oil can be able to do very well. So the strategies that we have are short term, is what we are doing today. In the long term, and what we are discussing now is how to be able now to ensure that there is enough palm, we can grow enough palm oil, and through our data system, the number of farmers registered in this country, we also want to take advantage of those numbers and be clear which farmers we assign what responsibility to do what, because we must leverage now on data which we already have, so that we're able to address those gaps that we have.
Madam Chair, you said the committee is trying to look at
we need a committee.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes.
I think we had, yes, Chair. We had made a ruling that would admit an evidence which is relevant to the matter. I think we've been treated for about 5 minutes on palm oil, and I'm not getting the connection, so I think we need to make subsequent rulings as we progress. Otherwise, we're going to take a lot of time.
Honorable Moses.
I was raising an issue when this was done, when was this said, date of this clip.
Honorable Chair, I think just like Honorable Tangaza said, let us hear what they have. If they deem it fit that we listen for 5 minutes, so be it. At the end of the day, of course, we will be looking as a committee at the gravities and the issues raised in regard to the evidence required. Thank you.
Honorable members, yes, it is true that we have agreed that we will only accept those documents that are relevant to the subject matter. But this is Honorable Wamboka's time, and it will be fair for us to allow him to use his time as he wishes and present all the evidence that he thinks is relevant. The first 1 minute was relevant, but the other 4 or 3 were not relevant, but that is upon him because he's utilizing his time in that manner. So allow us to continue so that he will, there is another video that they want to show us. Let us be patient and see that also.
Point of order, Madam Chair. You know it is not fair for us to sit here from 8 o'clock all the way. There must be a break. I mean, parliamentary calendar requires we sit between 9:30 to 1 o'clock, and we adjourn, and we come back at 2:30. So I think it is only fair that at this point you adjourn to allow us to take an healthy break. The sugar levels you see when people are talking many things, sugar level has gone down.
According to our program that we agreed on this morning, this was to happen between 11:50 to 1:50. So we have about 4 minutes or 4 minutes to go. Let us just utilize the 4 minutes and then we take a break.
But Honorable Chair, protect us. You know, as you ruled, it's about us. I don't know why the interjections are minimized. It would be better because a lot of this time was just interjections.
Vice Chair, you want to say something?
Chair, can I request so that we don't take a break at an odd time? They have 3 video clips to play. Why don't they allow them play all the 3 video clips? Then we take a break and come back afterwards.
Yes. Let us proceed, please.
Can I take a second?
Hapa sababu nilikuja kuleta kusikia ukweli kutoka kwa
Honorable Wamboka, would you explain to us what the second video contains?
It's about the same, but I want them to play 3 of them, then I read context.
Tena kuhusu vile program tunayo. Nimeleta sheria zote na nimekuwa hapa nikijibu. Nilikuwa nataka kusikia ni nani mkulima atasimama hapa akisema ya kwamba amekuja hapa kuchukua pamoja kwa wote. Nimekaa hapa nikitaka kusikia ni mkulima jinsi atasema ati hakuna fertilizer hapa. Sasa naomba mzungano. Sababu naangalia vile kule ilikuwa hapa. Vile mliteremshia rais wetu kura mpaka akaweza kutengeneza serikali. Sasa kuambia nini ndio Mungu na uchungu mwingi sana wa kuhakikisha serikali ya William Ruto inasafiria. Na tuaje uchungu wa mwana mtaka. Ndio wazee wanasema namna gani? Kwa hivyo mimi wakati serikali inanipanga kutaudiana nani kuweza kuhakikisha chakula kinapatikana. Na nyinyi mkiwa mbishi kuchukua makanaizi hapa. Wakati mnafika mnajua ni wote nini. Ndio mtakamjua hapa. Na ndio kufikiria kwamba hakuna tatizo.
The next video, kindly.
And we want to confirm whether the argument out there is correct or not. That was amnesia on diligence.
And your principal secretary has found that indeed there are certain products by chemicals that are not meeting the standards. So the question I'm asking, now that you know what you know, do you think you are right to make the comments that you made, that these were claims by your political detractors as well as crook journalists?
My position will not change when it is coming to issues of saying that the fertilizer is not fake. I want you to play a clip.
Please respond to my
saying where I said, you know, that I said if there is an irresponsible journalist, I specifically said what was ran on I don't know what it is called.
African censored.
African censored. It's not anything that I would take seriously because I've never taken it to be responsible. And that is
and now what have you found?
You know, one must look at character. And I'm saying that this is not the first time he has read. Even last time he read another one.
Which I will be breaking the law to speak about the character of someone who is not here. So let's focus on the GPC product that was featured on African Censored versus what you, as a Minister of Agriculture, has found out about that fertilizer. Do you think that was crooked journalism or it was the right thing?
You see, even responsible journalism will require that before you do it, get a clarification from the ministry to really understand exactly what's happening. So when you run a story without hearing our side, it's all condemning as an act. And you know, there's every reason for one also to say, no, this is not fair. So from what yesterday, because on Monday, on Monday I appeared before the committee, that is the first time I saw that back.
So why would you
and it's because there is no single time when I inquired from my officers at NSPB that who are doing a fertilizer called GPC. It is not on any of
so let me ask you this.
So when the information I got, and I even asked the contrast for the contrast that were signed, was on a contract for a soil conditioner. A soil conditioner's contract, it was entered even before this administration came into office on the 31st of March 2022. So I was right to say there is no fake fertilizer. It is not possible because in my mind and the records show that the engagement of the agreement between NSPB and the GPC guys is not on fertilizer. But when the map was presented to me, I was really shocked because the map was labeled fertilizer. And it is not. What is it? So it's a proof. That's what I'm saying. Cool. The fellow who decided to cheat on the farmers' confidence in our system, in our infrastructure, and supply the wrong thing.
And the cabinet secretary did not detect that. You see, with your system, is there a system that does monitoring and evaluation of what is in the market?
You see, you see, unless a matter is brought to your attention by any officer, anybody in the public,
but you dismiss the story.
Anybody. So, you know, you dismiss a statement depending on how it was brought. Because I told you, responsible journalism will require, if you have a story with me, please check the facts, try and also make me aware so that you can also hear my comments. So if I have some history about you, or about how you conduct your investigation and story, so how do you want me to take you seriously? I'm telling you, because you know I really respect the journalism.
Right.
And I know the power of the media.
Right.
But I also say, you know that because you have the power of the media, you must also exercise that authority responsibly.
Right.
Because it is not fair.
So tell me, is it your statement that it is not possible for the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture to assess what is being distributed in the market for purposes of agriculture?
You see, let me tell you, depending on the context, that we must look at this matter with the context that we are discussing this story. When we want to know about it, we have gone out there and we have established that yes, there is a product. We've managed to do it. It is within us to be able to check when there is a report. But without any report, it's just like, you won't tell me the police can move to strike into action to rescue somebody who is under siege without information. So when we got the information, we've done what we've been able to manage up to now. I've said,
you know, at that point, you could take the break as requested. Come back and cross-examine. Continue the examination.
I think we can have a lunch break, then we can proceed. A 1 hour lunch break.
Yes, as the members continue to chew on the clip that we just played.
Five minutes to 3. Yeah, 1 hour break. And, just know that we are crossing over to the other side for lunch.